Dave from the Redneck Garage. Well, I'm out here in this virtual winter wonderland of snow, and it's really crippled Tennessee with about 2 or 3 inches depending on the area. Roads are pretty icy. It's below freezing all day long, so it's not melting off, so it's a great day. Can't work on the Jeep, but let me tell you, today is a great day. It is an unbelievably great day. If you've been watching my video series about Freedom Chrysler Jeep in Duncanville, Texas, and my displeasure with them and their lack of customer service, it's unbelievable. However, I had a suggestion from one of my subscribers. You ought to just email the president of the company, and I said, sure, ha ha ha. And I emailed him, and this is what happened. Well, if you've been following the last couple of videos, it's been about a fight that I've had with Freedom Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Duncanville, Texas. And today we finally had a victory. Things worked out for us, and I thought that I would just describe a couple things and how we got the win and how I felt very victorious in this last endeavor with them. The first thing that I would say about this whole thing that I've been going through with the Jeep dealership down in Texas is that never underestimate the power of social media. Now, the really good companies recognize that and really don't want bad publicity to go out over the internet. Now, Freedom obviously isn't smart enough to figure that out. But let's just take a look at the power of social media and how I was able to affect some of this. One of the amazing things about Google is that it picks up keywords. If I was to Google Freedom Dodge Chrysler Jeep, here's their website, here's cars.com, and then the 5th or 6th one down, oh my, here's a video on YouTube that says Freedom Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Duncanville, Texas Dirtbags, and that's my video. And I guess all I would say about that is if you're smart enough to realize that social media matters, like obviously Freedom Chrysler doesn't, you're in trouble. So now we get to the cool part of the story, right? Yesterday morning I get a phone call and I look down, it's from Detroit, Michigan, and I'm like, who in the heck's calling me from Detroit? So I answered the phone and he said, is Mr. Sutton in? And I said, yes, this is he. And he said, this is Mike McDonald from FCA Chrysler, the corporate office. Our president, Sergio Marchionne, has gotten your email and he asked me to reach out to you. Now, I really believe that the president of the company was sitting at home with his cell phone and it went ding and he looks down and there's an email from the Redneck Garage about the service that he received at some dealership in Texas. I don't believe that. But what I do believe is that they do filter his email and they do take care of customer complaints. I really did think it was funny that a billion-dollar corporation, that the president and CEO would actually be taking his own emails. But if you did see it, that's super cool. Sergio, dude, I really appreciate it. So anyway, Mike goes on. He says, tell me about some of your problems. And here's a little bit of clip of my conversation with them of some of the pertinent points that I made about Freedom Chrysler Dodge to Mike. I shouldn't have to pay for the return since y'all messed up the original order. So we went back and forth and I'm just upset about it, really. And you know what? Here's the bottom line of it. All they had to do is $16 freaking. All they had to do is go to eBay, give me a credit for $16, and I would have gone away happy, like, okay, well, they took care of it. It's unbelievable to me that there'd be a Chrysler dealer that would make a customer go through this much junk for $16. I've run a business for 20 years, and if somebody complained over $16, I could care less about the $16. I would have just said, here's 20. I'm really sorry about the problem, buddy. Not a big deal. But they are just steadfast in their in the way that they treat their customers, like they really don't care. And after somebody puts up a video about your dealership saying they think you're a scumbag because you won't treat them fairly, you'd think that they just give me a refund, but even then they won't. So I don't know, man. It's just crazy. It's crazy to me. Now, I will say this, that Mike was very apologetic. He was understanding. He said, you know what, I completely agree with you. You know, who would want to risk somebody doing all this online, putting up videos and complaining and being upset over $16? I have no idea why a dealership would do that, and neither did he, truthfully. So Mike said, we've got a solution for you. I'm going to send you a check straight from the corporate office, and we're going to take care of that. Just send me a copy of the invoice, and that's awesome. He also said that if I wanted to buy a new Chrysler car, he would give me an employee discount. Just let him know if I was going to go purchase a new vehicle. And you know what? I have been thinking about the new Wrangler because it's supposed to be super cool, and we're going to do a video about that later. There's really some cool specs on that. Now, in the end, what I would hope is that this $16.88 or whatever it is that comes out of Chrysler's account, do they get to charge that back to Freedom Chrysler Dodge, so they have to pay it, because they should pay that. I'm going to still complain to eBay and see if I can get a refund, and if I get that $16.88 back, I'm going to write a check and I'm going to send it back to Mike and say, thank you very much, I was able to get a refund on my own, but I appreciate you taking care of me. Because guess what? That's the right thing to do. The other part that I was really super happy about is that he was very disgusted in the treatment that I got from the Dodge dealership. And he said that from a regional level, I've already contacted people that are going to be reaching out to the management of that office. And he also said that if a dealership gets complaints with no reason why they're doing it, he goes, when we have renewals on their contract, he goes, sometimes they don't get to be dealerships anymore. So anyway, the social media and my complaints actually were heard from the corporate office at Chrysler, and also they may affect Freedom Chrysler Dodge. At least they're going to have to answer to it and talk to old Brian down there, who's the parts manager, and say, what are you doing? Why didn't you take care of this guy? Which is awesome. All in all, I was really, really happy with the way Chrysler handled it. And secondly, I would say that it really renewed my faith in the brand. And I am really considering maybe buying a new Wrangler when they come out. Get rid of the Prius. My friend Jerry in Canada would be very happy about that. So super cool. We got to beat Freedom Chrysler Dodge, and hopefully they will have some comeuppance, as we say here in the South, from the corporation, because they were just terrible customer service. However, the corporation itself, the president and the way that he set everything up, whether he read the email or not, I was very appreciative, and Mike was nothing but gracious, and I wanted to just especially thank him for the professionalism and the way that he handled it. And go get him, Mike. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm just happy about this. We're going to be doing talking about VIN labels. If you're doing body work and you have to destroy the VIN label or it's in bad shape, how to get another one. We're going to be putting the front grille on. I got the new isolation bumpers, all that kind of stuff. Got a lot coming up. Snow should be melting. It's all awesome. I'm going to sign off now and watch some football. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.